Hey guys, what's up? It's Laura from Stick with Laura, and I'm back today with another weekly plan with me. This week I am planning October the 6th through the 12th in my Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner using my Caress Press 2025 inserts. And this week I used the kit called Pumpkin Patch from Pink Diamond Planner Co., who unfortunately is now closed, which has been such a tragedy in the planning community, and I feel like we're never gonna be the same since then. Like, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Please let me know, like, if you plan with inserts, what you're doing next year in terms of like inserts, because I've always used Caress presses and Girly hasn't released any. I haven't seen any inserts really released next year unless I'm just like under the radar, under a rock. So please let me know what you're doing, or is this hobby officially dying out? I don't know. Like, do people still watch these videos and plan? And do people even watch these videos? I don't know. Like, I don't know. So anyways, we're doing this weekly plan with me. I am sorry in advance if I sound broken. It's because I am. On Sunday the 12th, we got in a really terrifying car accident, and I'll get into that on Sunday. If you follow my socials, you've seen the pictures, the stories, all that. I have been waiting to film this. It's been a while since I have sat down and planned. I've been in pain, and yeah, I'm very lucky to have walked away, my husband and I, because we literally wore seatbelts and that saved our lives. So please wear your seatbelt, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much that. It was a terrible week on Sunday, and then the week after was terrible. I'm like, do I even want to use a spooky kit? But I probably will because it's spooky season, but the vibes just haven't been there. So I'm sorry if I sound a little down in this plan with me or in pain. It's because I am. But I used the maple foil bundle from Caress Press, and I don't know what color this was, but it really looks like pumpkin, and I'm pretty sure it matches Plannahana's pumpkin exactly. If not pretty much the same. So I did use Plannahana pumpkin underlays. And then I am using Plannahana scripts for the day by day. From a custom sheet, a custom multi-sheet. I do have a code at Hannah Shop. You can always use Laura15 to save 15% off, or mention my name in the notes if there's a treat week or sale. And you'll get my current freebie, which is currently football themed, which is very fun. But yeah, I thought this was very cute. I'm very happy. The oranges from the Caress Press kit and the pumpkin from the Plannahana foil match, because I wasn't sure if it would, but it looks pretty seamless to me. And as usual, I did color block, and I pulled in some like pixie orange icons and doodles from my old SPC sampler when I was on her Scribbler squad, as well as some others. But I did pull these stickers like severely in pain, and the max I can sit right now is like 30 minutes probably without being in pain and needing to lay down. So if this spread looks funky, it's because I'm in a funky place right now. But hopefully it looks cute. The base looks super cute. I love the tall box with the couple kissing. And we did go to the pumpkin patch this week. I forgot to mention, because the car accident basically took up my whole week this week. Now, like, looking back, obviously not during the week, I didn't know, but we did go to the pumpkin patch on Wednesday, which was fun. Honestly, this was a terrible week. I'll tell you guys why, but it was a terrible week. So yeah, we're just gonna hop into this. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. And this is a Pink Diamond Planner Co. kit. So if I am a little slow to pull stuff, it's because I'm not used to her kit format, but I'm going to try my hardest. Just because I haven't used as many of her kits, but it's pretty much the same. There should be no problem whatsoever. Okay, on Monday the 6th, I did work, and then we took Oliver to Home Goods, and then I filmed for the YouTube. And then we got Chinese food takeout, which was definitely Jake's rec. I think he like smelled wonton soup when we were by the Home Goods, but I'm very particular with my Chinese food because I'm half Chinese. So I was like, no, if you want Chinese food, we have to get it at the good place, and we can get it, but I really don't like Chinese food. I ate so much of it growing up. Worked again. This pumpkin stuff is from my multi-custom from Hannah's shop. The Squishmallow is from my doodles from my Scribbler squad sampler back in the day. This is a Whimsy Plans custom of me and Ollie. I did film. The pumpkin icons are from the Caress Press foil bundle, the maple foil bundle that I pulled from. Ate Chinese food for dinner. That's a Scribbler from my sampler and a Plain Hannah script. And then we watched Monday Night Football. So I will put that in here. And then I played Supermarket Simulator, which rip, I haven't played that in so long. I can't even think about gaming anytime soon. Like, I still want to try and like be on top of my planning and YouTube. Not that it's like a job at any way, shape, or form, but I just want to like feel somewhat still on top of things, you know? But gaming is not a priority. Monday Night Football. This is a Carly Plans football and a script from my customs. I did game. I played Supermarket Simulator, which I've been obsessed with. This is a Once More with Love sticker and a custom from my multis. And then I finished Fake Dates and Mooncakes, which I honestly haven't really read also, since basically freaking injuring my whole right side of my body. But I did finish that book, that audio book this night. I usually write in the book, but I have these scripts, so I figure I might as well use them. That's from Planet Hannah. On Tuesday, I had meetings, so I'll mark that. My back hurts. I watched 90 Day and then I worked. So boring. Put work in like a box, a square box. Obviously a box, but a square box. For work. I'm sorry if you can hear Mochi. I am watching Mochi. My parents are in New Zealand right now, but they're going to Australia in like a week. But they're in New Zealand, and so we have Mochi for a month while my parents are in the down under. I wish I could do a good accent, but I really can't, and I'm not gonna make you guys listen to that. So worked. Again, all these icons are from Caress Press, and the foil is from Hannah's shop. And then I had a call with my parents this night, so I will mark that. And then I planned, so I'll put that in here. I worked from home, which work usually means when I put work here, it usually means I saw direct clients that day, like did direct work, but work from home is like I did stuff. Like I was writing up an assessment this week. I've had to do a lot of assessments lately because I'm like the only board certified behavioral analyst in Virginia, and my company just expanded to Virginia, and so I've had to do a lot of assessments because assessments have to be in person, so I'm like the only one here. So yeah, I've been a busy gal. But I had a call with my parents. Mochi, are you really gonna play right now? Like, no offense, but I have this pink planner. It doesn't really match, but again, I pulled this with my back hurting, so we're just gonna go with the flow. I also don't have the energy to like color block this week, if you can't tell, which I'll probably regret later, but it is what it is. I can't be perfect, you know? Worked from home, and then we walked Ollie late this night. That's a Whimsy Plans custom of Jake and Ollie. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm walking Ollie at night, Jake is with me. I am scared of men and strangers and everything. This day is when the terribleness starts. So I did go to work this day. So I'll mark that. And in case you missed it on my stories, well, now that this client is discharged, I can tell you the family that, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but the family that I was working for were not very good people. They moved here in January 2025 from Florida. They moved to Washington, D.C. And if that tells you anything about who they may work for or be associated with based on that information, I hope you can put the dots together. But yeah, they're just not very nice people. They didn't treat me well. And that was the family. But I went into work this day into a daycare for the first time in forever. And unfortunately, I got sick there, like really sick. And I had to leave early, and I proceeded to basically get in trouble for it by not my work, not my company, not my bosses, but by the family and the school, the rich bougie school in McLean, Virginia. So yeah, that was not fun. I was very sick. I then was overwhelmed. And then Jake and I did go to the pumpkin patch because I had worked basically since 8 a.m. this day. So our plan was to go to the pumpkin patch because then I didn't have to work later at night. Usually I have to work like late in the evening, and Jake has to work till 5. He works a typical 9 to 5. So it's just like hard to go to do things because by the time I'm off, it's dark, especially like as it gets darker right now. So yeah. Basically, we went to the pumpkin patch this day. I felt fine. Like, I was sick because of a medication I'm on. So I was, like, fine. But it was just, like, so freaking traumatizing what I had to go through at work and put fires out. And, yeah, this client ended up deciding to discharge because of this situation and some other things, but it's just like I can't please everyone at my job, and it's a lot. There's a lot of parties involved, and it's very stressful and overwhelming sometimes, and I hate it. But I had a call with my parents to vent to them about my work, and then I edited for YouTube, and that's pretty much it for this part of the week. Okay, then on Thursday, I slept in because I was like avoiding life. I mean, not literally. I still woke up at 8 a.m. and dealt with everything I had to, but I slept in that I stayed in bed. And then a dog got dropped off this day. Put that in. And then, oh wait, no, okay, I can keep that, that's fine, but that was not for that day. We walked Ollie, and then I worked. So I have sleeping in. Again, icons are from my foil bundle from Cross Press. Scripts are from Hannah's shop. This is a Whimsy Plans custom of my dog Oliver. I worked And then we did go to Home Depot this night, or this day. I think I worked in between, like, both, but I don't know. We went to Home Depot this day because we needed a new dishwasher. That was this week's problem. There's a new problem every week. I swear to God, there's a new problem next week. A couple of weeks ago, we were dealing with a broken microwave. Before that, we were having plumber issues. Like, it just never ends. So we had to get a new dishwasher. I had a training this night. I had safety care training this night. Which I'll just put in a label. I put it in as a meeting, but it was safety care training, which is important. And then we watched Thursday Night Football, and then I watched Amazing Race, which I think premieres on Wednesdays, but I don't watch most shows live, although I have recently gotten into Dancing with the Stars. So I've been liking to watch that live, like, aka the past week, because I just got into it. But had a meeting, aka safety care training this day for work. It was so late at night when they had it. We watched Thursday night. And then I watched Amazing Race, which I feel like the Big Brother season is kind of like controversial, but I don't really mind it because I do watch Big Brother, but I see why people like, you know, newbies, but I don't mind it. I always love, like, pros at a game, and I feel like they at least all know how to be on TV, so it's very entertaining in my opinion. So yeah, I like it for that. On Friday, I slept in again, and then we had a dog drop off this day. I accidentally said that yesterday. I did do laundry this day. Been trying to be on top of my laundry. Honestly, thank God I did all the laundry this week right before I severely injured my back. And then we walked the doggos. So I was tired. That's from my old SPC sampler. We had a dog drop off. And then I did do laundry. I walked the doggos. Have this Oliver custom and a Carly Plan script. And then, oh yeah, this day's an extender. We actually had a lot of fun this day. This day was like the highlight of the week. Jake and I went on a little shopping spree. We first went to Costco. So I'll put that in here. Costco. And then we went to Walmart. So I will put that, where are my other little things, in here. Then we went to Target. These places were all like right next to each other. It was fabulous, amazing. 10 out of 10 time. And then lastly, but not leastly, we went to Uniqlo. And that was just the stores we bought stuff at. So Costco. How do I want to do this? Put this here. Actually, no. This here. Put this here for Walmart. Target. I bought a bag I've been really wanting at Target for my new work bag, and Jake thinks it's like the ugliest thing ever, but I'm obsessed with it. And then we did go to Uniqlo, which I'll have to write because I don't have a script for that. And then we got Lido's for dinner, which is one of Jake's favorite places. It's pretty darn good in terms of pizza. So we got Lido's, and then we decided to work out. We were so active this day. I don't know what, we were like doing everything this day. So we worked out together. And then I watched Love Island games. So, you know what? Put this in a bigger thing. Put workout in here. And then Love Island games. This is the last label I have. So, unfortunately, it's going to be solid. I do try and do solid, pattern solid, but it doesn't always work. And that is a-okay. So, for Lido's, I have this cute Once More with Love Munchkin. Again, the color matching in this spread is not the best, but I tried my hardest. My back really hurts, so we're here, okay? When you factor in the fact that my back really hurt throughout the making of this spread, it's not really that bad, is it? I don't know. Love Island. I was watching Love Island games, which I was basically catching up on because I'm pretty sure it ended a little bit ago. On Saturday, we went to my parents' house. They invited us over. So I will mark that here. And then we had a little pickleball tournament, which was very, very fun. I freaking love pickleball. And then we had family dinner at this new place my parents wanted us to try. But then the service was like terrible in my opinion. And I didn't think the food was that good. But it was Lao, Thai, and Vietnamese food. We brought my grandpa and he was like, "Where's the Cambodian?" At the very end, because he didn't even realize where we were for most of it. But he was like, "Where's the Cambodian?" And we were like, they don't have Cambodian here. But yeah, it was mainly Thai food, I feel like. But we tried some new things. I just like prefer Thai or Vietnamese or Lao. I don't know. It's all kind of the same, to be honest. But yeah, we had some family time, and then Jake and I went and did some hot girl shit, hot boy shit. We went to the dispo, because they're all over Maryland. And then we hung out with the dogs at my parents' house / in general. And we drove home, and then I watched Dancing with the Stars this night. So I just marked that as TV time. I have been going back and rewatching season 31, the one with Charlie D'Amelio, but then I didn't realize that written in the stars, the real lure and the real cuteness of that season is Britt and Daniel, because I think they got married this year. It's a pro and a star, and Daniel is from the movie or show Coda, and he's deaf, and she basically learns sign language throughout the show, and it's like actually melts my heart because I know some signs because of like what I do as a living, and I just think like learning that language, like it's not hard, and just but like putting that effort and like it's actually the most romantic thing in the whole world, and I just love them so much. So I was watching for Charlie D'Amelio and Mark Ballas because I do love both of them very much, but little did I know how cute Britt and Daniel would be. And I think they got married this year. They basically announced later on, like the year after the season, that they were together, and then the next year they got engaged, and it's just actually the cutest thing in the whole entire world, and I love it so much. So yeah, I've been loving that season. On Sunday, it was football Sunday. I did some laundry, finished up our freaking laundry, And then we walked the doggos. Took the dogs on a long walk before my back broke. My back's not actually broken, by the way. Well, I haven't gotten x-rays because for some reason the hospital didn't do them. And I was basically in pain all of last week, the week after this. So it is now the week after, and I'm hoping that I can get up and call the doctors because I just haven't had the energy or the stamina or the willpower or anything. So yeah, we walked the dogs. I worked from home this day. Thankfully, I did that before the accident too. I'm just going to keep saying that. I'm sorry if it's annoying, but I am just like, this day sucked. We watched Sunday Night Football. And then I cleaned. This day was not supposed to be an extender, but because of circumstances we later got in, it is now an extender. I'm just going to do pattern. So I worked from home. Watched Sunday Night Football. And then I cleaned the house. I have this little munchkin from Once More with Love. And then we did get in a car accident. We were driving for no reason. Basically, we were driving, let me see, what should I put this in? I feel so dumb planning this with stickers. Like, it's such a terrible time in my life, and I'm just like, let me put a sticker down to mark this. Like, what the hell? Yeah, we were driving basically to Sonic because I wanted food late at night and I wanted Sonic. Not actually, but that's long story short, is we were driving to Sonic. And it's kind of far because we live in the city. So, yeah, we basically hydroplaned because it was raining and hit a car, hit a totaled another car, hit a barrier, hit a concrete barrier. I have this massive, it matches though, sticker for that. But yeah, I'm not gonna really get into it because it's just like traumatic, but it sucks. We hydroplaned and our car is completely totaled on every single side. And yeah, everyone came. I had a panic attack when the ambulance came because I have a really bad experience of having the ambulance called on me during a mental health crisis and being forced by police to basically go with them. So that was like terrible. I just don't like first responders. But yeah, Jake, they like admitted Jake into the hospital too, but then put him in a different wing, and he discharged himself voluntarily because he was like freaking out about me because I was in so much pain, but nothing was broken. Again, they only did x-rays on like my finger, wrist, and arm and shoulder maybe, which is kind of weird. So I need to figure that out. I think I'm okay though. And again, seatbelts literally saved our lives and is why we're okay and walked away from that accident with bruises and scratches and a lot of soreness and strains, but nothing else. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna put down the deca with you guys while I chat a little bit more about that week because I feel like it was just a lot and a lot of people reached out, which I was so grateful for. But yeah, seatbelt saved our lives. For some reason our airbags did not go off, and it's like so crazy to us because our car was damaged on every single side it could have been damaged on. We completely hydroplaned, we completely donutted and swerved and like everything, and somehow our airbags didn't go off. The other guy's airbags did go off. The other guy is not injured, thankfully. I'm probably the most injured out of everyone. But yeah, thankfully the other guy is not badly injured. So like, wear your seatbelt. Also, my husband just needs to drive safer. He is notorious for getting in accidents, but like he had never gotten in an accident with me, and I think this one like really was like eye opener for him because he freaked out because it like he thought I like died. And we probably would have died or gone through the windshield. We were going pretty fast. I'm not gonna say how fast, but we were going pretty fast. And we probably would have died if it weren't for our freaking seatbelts. So yeah. It just sucks because basically my whole right side got banged up because if you can imagine when you're sitting in the car passenger side, like that's where I was, Jake was driving. Your right side is the one against the window and like all that stuff. And so that side did get all banged up on the car, like on the outside as well as in the front. And so basically now my right side is all in so much excruciating pain. And if you didn't know, which I feel like you probably do if you watch my videos, I do get massages, and I've previously gone to chiropractor and physical therapy, and I have chronic back issues. So that was all on my left side. So now I basically have issues on both sides, and it's like every night finding a balance between both sides. And like, did that accident help my left side either? And no, it did not, because it stressed me the hell out, and I just naturally tense up every muscle like on every side now whenever I'm stressed. And yeah, I basically have a panic attack whenever I get in the car. Have not gone on the highway, will not be going on the highway anytime soon. We were on I-66, if you know where that is in Virginia. It's a terrible road. It was 3 lanes, and we basically went across all of them and then hit a barrier, and it was very scary. And I don't know how I'm alive, but yeah, somehow I am. That is the spread. I'm sorry. This was a lot. I'm sorry if you have car accident trauma like me now. I don't know, guys. It is what it is. This is the rest of the kit that I will be destashing. The pumpkin patch was very fun, which was the whole point and purpose of this week, was the pumpkin patch. So shout out to the pumpkin patch. But that is that. Let me get out my planner because I haven't stopped yapping basically. But yeah. I'm sorry if this is a little emo or, whatever. But I promise hopefully soon I will be back to my usual self and not be so shaken up after a huge car accident. But that is that. I think this foil looks really cute with this kit. I love this art. I'm pretty sure it's Darcy art. It's got to be, with all the diverse fashion girls. She's the only one that does that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Now I'm choking. I don't know why. I just have like a cough. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with me through this video and terrible week. Oh my god. I'm kind of glad I didn't use this week, because I feel like this really is like so happy. Like, I don't know. It's just funny to me that I'm like marking a car accident in my planner with stickers, but it's whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.